Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's continue our focus on problem solving skills. I'm working as a principal engineer at Microsoft and took many interviews. So I understand the importance of this skill. That is why I always request you to keep practicing and improving your thought process for solving problems confidently. So please pay attention to the explanation and solution. Let's start. We will look into the easy level lead code problem today called can place flowers. The problem statement is you have a long flower bed in which some of the plots are planted and some are not. However, flowers cannot be planted in the adjacent plots. Given an integer array flower bed containing zeros and ones, where 0 means empty and 1 means not empty, and an integer n. Return true if n new flowers can be planted in flower bed without violating the no adjacent flowers rule, and false otherwise. So you have given an array called flower bed. So and given an n, which is number of flowers we need to plant. So this flowers we need to plant here in a such way that no two flowers are planted adjacently. Let's understand the problem in more detail. So let's say you have given a four flowers and you have six flower plots in a flower bed. So you can see zero means these are empty. All plots here are empty. So what is asked is that check each plot and see whether you can place or plant the flower there. To decide that, check whether there is any flower previously or there is if there is any flower in a next plot. If not, then only you can plant it. For example, here there was no flower adjacently, so we were able to place it. Next, then we check for the next plot, but there is already flower in the adjacent plot, so we cannot do that. So next, like this, we will check for each plot and place the flower where it is possible. And to check whether we are able to place the flower or not, we need to check previously in a previous plot and in a next plot. So if you can see, we completed checking all the plots in a flower bed, and there is still one flower remaining. So there is no place for this one flower. So return false. So we were not able to plant all the new flowers. One more example. Let's say there is a flower bed with six plots. There is already one flower in the first plot, and we need to plant two new flowers, which is n is equal to 2. So this is what is flower bed is represented as array in the problem. So let's check here. We cannot because previous there is flower. Here can we do? Yes. In the left side plot, there is no flower. On the right side plot, there is no flower. So yes, we can place this flower here. Check the next plot. No, we can't do here because in the previous plot, there is already one flower. Can we place flower here? Yes, because there is no flower in previous plot and there is no flower in the next plot. So we can place the flower. Now we completed planting all the new flowers, and that's why we need to return true. So let's understand the solution. So taking the previous example where there is already one flower and we have six plots in a flower bed. So flower bed is represented as an array like this. One means flower is already there. So let's start. We need to start from the index 0 and continue till index reaches to end of the plot. And we need to ask, can we place flower at a current? What is current? Current means what are the value at of in a flower bed at that index, which is 1. There is a flower there. Next, it means the next plot, no flower. Previous means because there is no plot previously, so we can say no flower. But to be able to place the flower, there should not be any flower in previous, current, and the next plot. So here there is already a flower, so we cannot do anything. Increment the index, then check again. We cannot plant a flower here because in a previous plot there is already a flower. Increment the index. Here, can you plant the flower? Yes, because there is no flower in this plot. There is no flower in the next and previous plot. So we can place the flower here. Now increment the index. Can we plant the next flower here? No, because though there is no flower in the current plot and the next plot, there is a flower in a previous plot, which we just now planted, right? So increment the index, check whether we can place the flower here. Yes, we can because there are no flowers in a previous and next plot and in current plot also. So let's plant the flower here. Now there are no remaining flowers. It means that all the flowers are placed. So return true. So using this algorithm, let's understand the solution. So I declared the index to parse the flower bed array. This previous the previous variable indicates whether there is a flower in previous plot or not. Keep parsing till we reach just one before the end of the flower bed, because we are doing index plus here. If we continue till end of the flower bed, we will get the index out of array here. And there are at least some remaining flowers. If there are no remaining flowers, then there is no point to decrement, right? It means that we have already placed all the flowers. So check whether there is any flower in the previous plot, and if there is no flower in the next plot and there is no flower in the current plot, it means that we can place the flower here, reduce the number of flowers remaining by 1, and previous is equal to 1. Why? Because we just now planted one flower in the current place. So that's why previous will become 1 now, because we just now planted the flower, right? If it is not possible to plant a flower here, just assign the whether there is a flower present in current plot or not to the previous, because current will go to the next position and next will go to the index plus 1 basically, right? Continue this parsing, and once we come out of the loop, in above loop, we are moving out of that loop before checking the last flower plot, because we are checking the next flower plot, which is index plus 1. So to make sure that we don't get index out of array, we come out of the array just one index before, one plot before the end, basically. So now one thing we need to check extra condition is that if there is any flower remaining and last flower bed is empty, means the last plot is empty and there is no flower in the previous plot. So it means that we can plant the flower in the last plot also. So just check this condition and reduce the number of remaining flowers. If all flowers are placed, it means n equal to 0. Then if n is 0, it means all flowers are placed. So return true. So let's submit this. So it is optimized solution. So what is the runtime complexity here? So let's say it depends on the length of the flower bed. It's basically the input size. So input size here is the length of flower bed, which is, let's say, n. And if you see this while loop, we are parsing the whole while loop till, in a worst case, we will parse till end of the flower bed in this program till the end. So in a worst case, the time complexity is O of n. In an average or best cases, it is possible to come out of this loop, because if suppose the number of flowers are already placed, let's say we were able to place all the flowers even before traversing whole array. So in that case, it is possible that it will take less than O of n. But in a worst case, the time complexity of the solution is O of n. Hope you understood the problem and explanation. If you like the video, please subscribe and share.